Morning, students. Hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to complete Political Science lesson number 1, part 2, Post World War Political Developments. First video we already completed First World War and World War II. Now in this lesson we are going to learn Cold War. We already learned 1945 to 1991 is the long period of the Cold War. America and the Soviet Union, who were the allies in the Second World War, became competitors as soon as the war got over. In the Second World War, they both were in the Allied group, but as soon as the war over, they both became competitors of each other. The cooperation between them gave way to rivalry. This rivalry occupied a period of 40 to 45 years of international politics. There was no open war between these two countries, but there was such tension in their relations that it seemed that a war would erupt any time. There was no actual war, but the tension and fear in between the nations. The concept of Cold War is used to describe the condition where there is no actual war, but there are such tension in the circumstances that they may be responsible to cause war. In this period, America was already a superpower. United States of America is a creation of some states near about 15 states together. Soviet Union is near about 15 states together. But the Soviet Union also tried to become a superpower by making nuclear weapons and by increasing its military might. The struggle for power, arms race, differences in ideology, attitude of checkmating each other by strategies and counter strategies gave rise to the Cold War. Due to the arms race and making nuclear weapons, there was a continued tension between two countries for the war. Differences in ideology means the creation of United States of America was based on capitalism, where Soviet Union based on communism. Communism means a political system in which the state owns and controls service, farms, factories, etc., and aims to treat everyone equally. And capitalist means the economic system in which businesses are owned and run for profit by individuals and not by the state. Effects of the Cold War. Creation of military organization. During the Cold War, both the superpowers, USA and Soviet Union, created military organizations. The respective superpowers took up the responsibility of the security of the country, joining the military organizations led by them. So the countries started to joining the United States of America or the Soviet Union for the protection. NATO was one of the military organization. NATO means North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which was a military organization under the dominance of America. And the other military organization was Warsaw Pact, which was under the command of Soviet Union. Warsaw is the city from Poland. So the countries of the world divided into the two groups of military organizations. What is your opinion? Is there any correlation between the advance in technologies and world peace? Yes. Due to the advanced technology, there was a competition in between USA and Soviet Union for making nuclear weapons, arms, etc. These two countries only made the stock of nuclear weapons which were sufficient for destroy the earth 7 times. How can technology be used for human welfare? Yes, technology can be used for the welfare of human life. For example, in the field of medical, agriculture, business, etc. Bipolarization of the world. Bi means two and pole means the world. So the world was divided into the two poles. One is United States of America and Soviet Union. During the Cold War, most countries of the world joined either of the two superpower blocs. Such a division of the nation of the world in two groups is bipolarization. The scope of the Cold War increased due to this, and we have seen the sphere of tension spread. Let's do this. The Cuba Missile Crisis in 1962 was an important event in the Cold War period. Find out more about this event. There was a competition in both the superpowers to turn the countries from their side. Cuba was in American continent, but it was from the side of Soviet Union. Once Soviet Union trying to send nuclear weapons to Cuba secretly 1962, but Soviet Union was not succeeded, which is known as the Cuba Missile Crisis. You know, the Communist Revolution took place in 1917 in Russia and the Soviet Union came into being. Before that, there was a king or monarchy was there. Short period, the Soviet Union came up as a superpower in international politics. But there were extreme differences between America and the Soviet Union. For example, the USA was a democratic state advocating capitalism, while the Soviet Union advocated socialism and a one party authoritarian system. America wanted to spread capitalism while the Soviet Union wanted to spread socialism. Both countries started making efforts to pull smaller countries into the respective blocs in order to increase their hegemony. As a result, Europe was ideologically divided. Western European countries joined the bloc led by America, while Eastern European countries joined the bloc led by the Soviet Union. Arms race. The superpowers started producing arms on a large scale to show their superiority. There started a rivalry to make more and more destructive weapons and to acquire the technology required for the same. But soon, both the superpowers realized that the arms race may endanger international peace. Hence, efforts towards arms controls and disarmament also happened during this period. Creation of regional organizations. Developing nations as well as the nations which got the independence after the Second World War created regional organizations at the regional level in order to ensure mutual cooperation in the context of the superpower rivalry. They felt that economic development was more important. European countries came together and formed the European Economic Community, while the Southeast Asian countries Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, etc., established the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Non alignment. In the period of Cold War, while the world was becoming bipolar, there were some countries which did not want to join the superpower. Such nations decided to stay out of the Cold War. Their policy is known as non-alignment. Non-alignment was an important movement during the Cold War. Non-aligned movement. The Asian and African countries, which became independent after the Second World War, supported the idea of non alignment. This movement started from 1961 under the leadership of India's Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, President of Yugoslavia Marshal Tito, President of Egypt Gamal Abdel Nasser, President of Indonesia Dr. Sukarno, and Prime Minister of Ghana Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Situation of the non-aligned movement. The non-alignment movement has opposed colonialism, imperialism, and racism. It has encouraged the resolution of international disputes by peaceful means. India led this movement under the guidance of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. India continued to actively support the movement afterwards as well. Even after the end of the Cold War, the importance of the movement has not reduced. The Line movement is based on eternal principles of humanism, global peace, and equality. It has inspired the less developed countries to come together. So the less developed countries as well as the countries which got the independence after Second World War or developing country attracted towards the non-alignment movement. It has encouraged the resolution of international disputes by peaceful means, while taking a firm stand on disarmament, fostering human rights. The non-aligned movement put forth the problem of poor, undeveloped countries firmly. This movement made a demand of a new international economic order. This movement led towards the disarmament, peace, and the values like equality and humanism. Summarizing briefly, the significance of the non-aligned movement has not reduced even if the Cold War is over. It inspired the least developed countries to come together. It brought several new streams of economic and social changes into international politics. It gave these countries the confidence to assert themselves in the self-respect in international politics. Due to this movement, there were no dominance of any superpower over the developing and undeveloped countries. These countries stood firmly with respect in the international politics. End of the Cold War. Cold War that had dominated international politics since 1945 came to an end. It was an important event that happened towards the end of the last century. There were many reasons for the end of the Cold War. They are: Soviet Union adopted the policy of opening up the economy. The state loosened up its control of the economy. Means no control of state over trade, produces and goods. The then President of the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev, implemented the policies of perestroika, that is reconstructing of the economy, and glasnost, that is openness. To these policies, the control over the media reduced. Important changes took place in political and economic sphere. That is, the spheres were restricted. This gave the impetus to democracy. In the Soviet Union, communism was there. At that time, there was a control of state over the media. Due to the policies of openness, it was reduced. Till now, the communist countries like China, they have control over the media, and this gave impetus to democracy. As the East European countries under the influence of Soviet Union adopted the capitalist and democratic paths, the regimes were changed. The Soviet Union disintegrated and several new nations were created out of it. Russia was the biggest country in the Soviet Union. Why so? NATO still exists, but its nature is no longer military. Find out the countries that are members of NATO. Now in 2020, there are more than 25 countries are the members of NATO. When there is only one superpower and several countries are dependent upon it, such an international system is called a unipolar system. For example, America. Division of nations between two superpowers is called bipolarization, which we learnt in detail. When many countries emerge as superpowers in the international system, what can that system be called? That system called multipolar system. For example, nowadays America, China, India, etc. Post-Cold War world. Cold War came to an end with the disintegration of the Soviet Union, which till then had been a superpower. As a result, major changes took place in world politics. For example, America remained the only superpower in world politics. To the end of Cold War, the atmosphere was conducive to prevail for the growth in trade and economic relations between and among nations. Capital, labor, market and information circulated throughout the world. Ideas spread freely as well. As all nations of the world decided to give priority to trade relations, the idea of giving aid to other nations fell behind. Instead, efforts began to be made to establish economic relations. The description of country which was opposed to other countries has now changed from enemy nations to rival nations. The responsibility of the United Nations has increased. The United Nations now had to take more concerted steps to maintain global peace and security. Environmental protection, fostering of human rights, gender equality, and management of natural calamities now acquired a global dimension. Yes, we have seen if any country facing the problems of natural calamities like flood, earthquake, cyclone, etc. Other countries of the world started to help that particular country. What is globalization? After the end of the Cold War, trade and economics relation between countries became more open. As we mentioned before, capital, labor, markets and information become circulating globally. Give and take of ideas among the people all over the world grew. Due to the revolution in information and technology, different events and developments began to be known everywhere. To the modern information and technology, what happened in the world we are coming to know within the second. The boundaries between the nations did not remain as sacrosanct as they were before. Sacrosanct means strictly. All these processes are together called globalization. As globalization has brought us benefits, it has also caused losses. For example, as the economy, different countries got linked with each other. Trade increased, economic unification grew, plenty of products became available in the markets. The First and Second World War, there was an economical crisis and shortage of everyday needs. Different countries got linked with each other. Trade increased, economic unification grew, plenty of products became available in the market. But at the same time, the gap between the poor and rich nations did not reduce, it was increasing. In this chapter, we studied the global developments from 1945 onwards. We understood the world in the Cold War period, the arms race, and the efforts of disarmament. Thank you. Take care.